The speaker for the Public Art Studies graduate program is Susan Bell Yank. Joshua Dechter writes of Sue Bell Yank. She has been steadfastly committed to challenging herself intellectually since she entered the program in 2007. Her thesis was quite ambitious, a more than 100-page account of the complex conditions of art, community, and culture in post-Katrina New Orleans, where she traveled as a recipient of the Macomber Travel Grant. She has demonstrated academic leadership within the MPAS program while at the same time filling a position at the Hammer Museum. Susan.
To the Fine Arts faculty, Dean Ruth Weisberg, parents, friends, thank you all for being here today. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. I'm trying to remember the last time I got all dressed up like this and how I felt. That was back in 2003 in a city far away, and at the time, I felt that I had a very uneasy relationship with the art world, to say the least. Though enraptured by art itself, I found its political constructs and social hierarchies somewhat ungraspable, arcane, and relatively inaccessible. Nato Thompson, one of the many influential figures that I encountered through this program, once described this kind of frustration as banging on the locked doors of the fortress. Unwilling to bruise my knuckles, I ran off and joined Teach for America to do some real good, I told myself. But perversely, teaching led me back here, back to the arts, and particularly to public art studies. I was searching for relevance in the arts, something that squared with my commitment to social justice in this problematic city. The practices I was exposed to through this program, far from being hermetic and isolated, attempt to give voice to the complexity of social and spatial production, not just as subject, but also as outcome. Though this work may inhabit or return to the space of the gallery, it is born in the city, in the liminal spaces, and in the borders, where space and society break down and reconstitute in new formations. Securitization, disaster, the disappearing public sphere, changing modes of social interaction, the effect of technology on the conception of space, the meaning of citizenship in a democracy, city planning, and nation building. These are all in the realm of art in the public sphere. This art prompts us to question what we take for granted, to map relationships between things and people, and to inject a measure of self-reflexivity and humbleness in our critique. The very notion of public denotes multiple and conflicting viewpoints, and here we have been offered an opportunity, if not an imperative, to engage with such paradoxes and irresolutions. The MPAS program builds scholars with the agency and the ability to responsibly and rigorously take on these complex issues. Rather than recapitulating old hierarchies and outworn ideas, our best teachers and mentors pushed us to formulate our own critical perspectives with evolving, adaptable, observant, and creative methodologies. It was through this pedagogical generosity and the professional examples set by my mentors that I experienced the all-important bonds of support and an authentic sharing of ideas. Even more, I discovered that success is not built upon control and exclusion, but rather upon openness and the creation of opportunities for those around you. Whether we move on professionally as educators, curators, writers, administrators, organizers, artists, or some as of yet unnamed exciting hybrid of these activities, I urge us to recognize not only a responsibility to pedagogy, but also a responsibility to rigorous criticality. This is important in relation to both art and life, and in the public realm where the two often overlap. I want to thank my colleagues in the MPAS program, Joshua Dechter, our director, and our wonderful faculty for sharing their ideas with me over the past 2 years, and I'm proud to represent this graduating class. Thank you very much.